It all started on a Tuesday morning. You know, the kind that's too quiet to be innocent. I had just closed on a commercial property, an office complex I had been eyeing for months. It was a strategic investment, one that would bring in passive income and give me full ownership of the building where several tenants, including a rather notorious law office, operated. The ink was still drying on the paperwork when I decided to pay a casual visit. No fanfare, no big announcement, just a walkthrough. And that's when I met her. Karen, you could smell the entitlement before you saw her. Clipboard in hand, tight bun, sunglasses, indoors. She marched around the lobby like she owned it. Ironic, right? At the moment she saw me, she zeroed in like a heat-seeking missile. Karen approached me like I was some random loiterer. Hey, Karen. Excuse me, this lobby is for office staff only. Who are you here to see? I smiled politely and replied, Me-o. I'm just taking a look around. I'm the new owner. She blinked, scoffed, then laughed. Karen, the owner. Sure. And I'm Queen Elizabeth. Her sarcasm practically dripped onto the floor. She didn't give me a chance to explain. Instead, she called over security, loudly announcing that I was trespassing. The security guard, an older man named Al, who'd worked there for over a decade, immediately recognized me. Al, ma'am, he's the new building owner. Karen's face twitched. Karen, not possible. I run the wall. I would have known if someone bought the building. Turns out, Karen wasn't just a staff member. She was the self-declared queen bee of the wall, and absolutely livid. She hadn't been informed as if she had any authority. Karen tried to play the ultimate power move. She told me loudly, and in front of everyone, Karen, you're being removed from the premises. Immediately, and for your information, your attitude, it's grounds for termination. You're fired. Cue dramatic silence. I paused, blinked me calmly. Fired from owning my own property. Karen doubled down now, yelling in front of everyone. Karen, you heard me? Get out before I call the real owner. I pulled out my phone and opened the deed file me. This says, I'm the real owner. Want to take a look? Karen froze. You could see the blood drain from her face. For a split second, she stuttered, then regrouped. Karen, this must be some kind of scam. I'll have you investigated. By this point, other staff members had gathered. Phones were out. People were recording, and that's when the real chaos started. As the tension died down, I was pulled aside by another tenant, an older gentleman who ran a legal aid office. Mr. Brooks, she's been a nightmare for years. Harassing tenants, firing employees without authority, misusing wall funds, but no one's had the power to stop her. Apparently, Karen had been running the wall like a dictatorship for over 5 years. She wasn't elected. She installed herself during a period of disorganization and clung to power like a barnacle. She intimidated staff. She violated tenant rights. She even threatened to find people for wearing bright colors in the lobby. I knew right then it was time for Karen's reign to end. Within 48 hours, I scheduled a full audit of the HOA's operations. Financial records, employment files, internal complaints. Karen resisted. Of course, she sent me aggressive emails, filled with legal threats and passive-aggressive concerns. But once the audit team went through the records, it became clear she'd used HOA funds to pay for personal expenses, including spa days, flights, and even a business dinner. At a casino, she'd hired friends into fake positions and given them monthly stipends. She forged at least 7 tenant signatures. The evidence was stacked, sky high. I sent everything to the authorities. The day she got arrested was poetic. Karen strutted into the building like it was any other day, loudly talking on her Bluetooth headset, bossing around the janitor and trying to avoid eye contact with me. Then 2 plainclothes detectives approached. They spoke with her briefly. She waved them off. Karen loudly. You think I'm scared of some fake cops? I'm the WAP president. Then came the handcuffs. The lobby erupted in whispers. Phones out again? Videos? Gasps. Karen screamed about lawsuits and defamation. All the way out the door. But no one was listening anymore. With Karen gone, I started working with the actual tenants to rebuild. We established a legitimate board with real elections. We hired an experienced manager to oversee daily operations. Monthly meetings became transparent, accessible, and fair. People no longer feared wearing too casual. Clothes are being fined for walking too loudly. One elderly tenant even cried during our first meeting, Mrs. Ortega. For the first time in years, I feel safe here. The transformation was incredible. What had once been a tense, hostile environment became a thriving office community. All because Karen tried to flex on the wrong person. Karen pled guilty to several charges, including fraud and embezzlement. She was sentenced to probation, community service, and ordered to repay over $50,000 in misused funds. Word has it, she's now working at a call center and no longer allowed to serve on any HOA board. Some say she's planning a tell-all blog. Others say she still blames me for ruining her career. But honestly, I don't care. She wrote her downfall the day she tried to fire the guy who bought the building. So what's the lesson here? Don't assume authority makes you untouchable. Don't bully people just because you think they're beneath you. And definitely, don't try to fire someone who literally owns the building you're standing in. Karen learned it the hard way. And for everyone watching, if you've got a Karen in your life, whether it's at your job, your wall, or even your family, remember, karma doesn't forget. Sometimes all it takes is the right moment. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real stories of justice, karma, and sweet payback.